Yes, Super's real savage talk. Relationships. Talking about relationships. We're talking about love. We're talking about trust. We're talking about your feelings, my feelings, and everything above. Yeah. At 7 o'clock we talk about what makes love. What makes people just love one another. Yes, it's your girl Super Savage. The podcast, Super Real Savage Talks. When you love, I'll teach you how to be a boss. With my Super Real Savage Talk, man, always around with the best advice. Don't never think twice. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for listening to me. One thing about this podcast, the listeners, they are the best. They are the best. They are the best I ever had. Tune in to my show. Give you the best advice about the relationships that you care about the most. Super savage, wants to know how your day are going and how your weekend and your nights are flowing. You can always talk and listen to me. I'll keep secrets. I won't tell nobody. Sit on my couch in my podcast lounge, and I pull up a chair and sit, and we can conversate and reminisce on the times. If you got some time, stop by. This is the real, the savage, the super savage, the any way they gotta have it. The Super Real Savage Talk podcast. Listen to me every Wednesday and Saturday. I'm giving love advice, relationship advice, parenting advice. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? All right. That's what I'm talking about. You are tuning into the Super Real Savage Talk podcast, and I'm your host, Super Savage, and I'm ready to hear how is the dating scene going, and how many different people can you date at one time. Plus, when I do prepare for that big kiss, and more. Also, going to be talking about what you really want to do when you're not hitting it off. Also, how to call it quits early in the dating game. You don't want to miss the best of our black heroes. The top 3. We're doing top 3 until Black History Month is over. Also, on Super's Real Savage Talk, we'll be right back. Podcast, listen to me. Yeah, at 8 o'clock, at 7 to 8, 7 to 7:30. Whenever we start, but it's gonna reflect the best that you listen. Super Savage got the advice. What's up, guys? All right, we are back for a little short break, and I just want to let you guys know, are you doing all right? How is it going? Last time we talked, we were inching our way up to start dating, not just quite there yet. So it's been a couple of days. I want to know what's going on. Are you pumped about your new fling? What are your dis and dislikes about your new fling? What if I told you I decided to do a little dating myself again? So I'm going to try to get back out there. Thank you. Anyway, I haven't been on a date yet, and I haven't met anybody because I just now decided that yes, I am. I'm ready. I'm busy, but I'm ready. So hopefully I'll get a chance to meet someone soon. But for now, I want to be a little optimistic about what's going on with the dating as far as due to COVID-19. There's going to be a little difficult for you to go on like a regular kind of date, have a regular dating experience. So basically, I know you've been wrecking your brain, and I don't want this to be a hassle or be something that give you a reason to back out. So, I got some different kind of dates that you can go on, and what I mean was by most of the restaurants are closed. Some of them are, I think, 6 to 8 feet apart. And I mean, it's just not the same with COVID-19. So you may be in an area where everything is shut down, or you may be in an area where things are open in your neighborhood as far as restaurant-wise, but you don't have a lot of choices, or it's not your favorite restaurant, or it's not a place that you want to go. But I have an alternative for you guys. And the first kind of experience is rush dating. A rush date is usually picture messaging tool. It lets you. It's not really a rush date, but it's a messaging date. This is what you'll do. You'll set up your phone on Messenger, any kind of messenger, Skype or Facebook, or just your regular message board for your text messaging, and you will cook your date's favorite dish, and they will cook yours in return. While you're cooking your date's meal, you're going to create a list of get to know you questions, and make sure that their need to know questions. So basically, they would be kind of questions like this, guys. You might want to ask them, do they want kids? Or if they already have kids, do they want any more kids? You probably want to ask them about their religion. Have they ever been arrested or not? What's a few other questions? How is their sex drive? Have they had a promiscuous sex life, lifestyle? Also about jobs and relocating and degrees and different stuff of that nature. So, date one, basically, you're going to have those kind of questions come up because before you went on a date, you've already emailed and called them. So those little petty questions should be out of the way. Okay? All right. So, thank you. Once you make your list of questions, and I would say about, dinner would probably be about 45 minutes to an hour. So I would make about 6 or 7 questions to ask in between, just to make the conversation go fairly well, and also, get a little more in tune of what you're narrowing down to as far as interest-wise. So, once you finished with dinner and you finish with your questions, you're going to get dressed and you're going to text, call the person, your date. And basically how that goes is you're going to, call them live, and their camera is going to pop up and yours is going to pop up. And you're going to see your partner eating or having a dinner, dinner place set up, and they're going to see the same in your background. And that is how you have a rush date. You're basically going to have a date. You're going to be on the live with each other. You're going to see each other eat. You're going to taste each other's favorite dish. You cook the favorite dish, and you're gonna enjoy your rush date. So sorry, I have the sniffles. I've been sniffling all week long, guys. And it's because the weather here in Arkansas is such a drag. Like, oh my God, and I just dropped my napkins. So, okay. Well, let me see here. The weather is steady changing. One day it'll be like 52 degrees. The next day it'll be about, 20 degrees. And it's very, very problematic on your... excuse me, on your allergies and stuff. So okay, so back to what I was doing. Thank you so much for thank you guys. My stuff would be, hey, my life, my podcast and my my life is real, so it's not going to be like I'm a robot. You're not talking to a robot. You're talking to a real person over here that's going through real problems, like trying to blow her nose and talk to you guys. So I'm trying to get it in there. So anyway, date number 2, and this is kind of creative too, and I've created all of these. Everything that I say is created by me, so you're not going to get a lot of references to go look it up, because I've done these dates before, or I have told someone to do these dates. So the date number 2 is called Dine and Ride. It's my favorite. You're going to pick a date that you and your fling are going to go out, and the only thing that's different is you're going to pick a outside location, and that means something to you. So let's just say you might want to pick a special park, or let's see, or a movie theater, or wherever that you feel like is your favorite place to be, but you cannot be there because of COVID-19. So can't go in because they're closed or whatever. So you're gonna pick a location. Once you pick that location, there's gonna be 2 separate jobs, tasks, so forth. So you're going to meet up at the spot in separate vehicles. And this is the fun part. When you arrive there, the 2 different tasks that y'all were assigned each other to. One has a task to prepare the food, the meal, and it's going to be an entree and bring wine. And then the other person is going to have the task to bring the props. So that's the folding table, the napkins, the chairs, the dinner plates, etc., the cups for the wine, and the plates and stuff like that. So we're going to see how well your communication skills are there. You also can see how good your reliability is, how much you can rely on that person to do what they say they're going to do. And once you've got all of your stuff there, you're going to work together as a team, which is also a plus. Work together as a team to get your date set up. And that's what I love about these dates. See, COVID-19 ain't stopping nothing, honey. As far as when it comes to still living your life as regular as possible, there's always out-of-the-box techniques that I strive for. And so once you guys set that up, then both of you guys will dine and ride. And there you go. So that's how you do it. Okay. And the third date and the last date that basically would be great for this kind of dating in COVID-19 time would be, y'all ready for it? Here we go. It is I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to scroll down my screen. I'm so goofy today. Okay, sorry. It's called phone date, basically. And phone date is basically where you You got those restaurants that are still open, but they get to come to you, and it's like I think Domino's or Pizza Hut has it. You order it and they come to your home, and but they don't. It's no contact. So the phone date is kind of like that. Basically, what you and your date will do is you will order from the restaurant you want to go to, and if they deliver, then you would go to excuse me. You would go there and what am I talking about? Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Y'all don't know. Okay, phone date is basically where you order for your fling. So basically, let's just say I'm on the phone with you, and someone knocks on your door and says, pizza delivery. What I've done for you is I've brought the dinner to you, and I'm the date on the phone. So that's the phone date, where you deliver the food, where you call in a delivery for the person that you're on a date with, and you talk on the phone and you eat. So the other person will order you something to eat. So y'all order each other's food for you guys, for each other, and they'll bring it to your home, and then you guys will talk on the phone. It won't be seeing eye to eye. And you can do the same with the questions. You can write those questions down or whatever, and do your questions while you enjoy your meal that you got for each other. So I think that's pretty cool too. Up next, after the break, we're going to be talking about different ideas and stuff for how do you know when you're ready to move on to that second date or that third date, or you want to say, hey, this ain't working for me. So we'll be right back on the Super Real Savage Talk. Yeah. You know what time it is. It's time for your relationship advice. It's time to listen. It's time to get some advice about your situations as you're working at your house and at your wherever you want it to be. I can give advice to you. This is Super Savage, Super Real Savage Talk podcast. Come in at 7, sometimes at 8 o'clock. I will have the hottest interviews, have the hottest Q&As, have the hottest birthday celebrate, have the hottest parties, have a heart to heart when you're feeling lonely. I'm Super Savage, the podcast with a lot of heart, Super Real Savage Talk. Yeah, don't ever underestimate me. I got a podcast addiction. Now please just turn around and listen. Super Savage, Super Real Savage Talk. It's 7 o'clock, sometimes even 8. I might be late. I teach about dating. If you afraid to heal by yourself, I will help you heal. If you also just want me to lend an ear, I will just listen. All right, we are back. I'm your host, Super Savage. And now, before we move on to our next question, I want to say something. Thinking bold and thinking brilliant ideas is what is of existence. And what that means is that you basically got the palm of the world to do anything creative, anything bold, and surprise yourself. Sometimes you got to put yourself out there on a limb and surprise yourself. Do things out of your comfort zone and strive for the best. And so that's what my little words of encouragement means to you guys. Okay. Now, okay, I want you guys to basically now, I want you to understand that, I want you to enjoy life. Nothing is never over. You see how you came up out of this, how the good Lord brought you up out of this, your old, relationship that was a battering one that, it was horrible, but you did the work, and God was there, so it can be done. And I'm very proud of everyone that has made it through the healing process. And I have to let you guys know that you're gonna enjoy this. You're gonna enjoy dating, and so don't feel like you have to restrict yourself. The reason I'm saying this is because you can date 2 to 3 guys, okay? Or 2 to 3 women, okay? And my reason for saying this is because it's called the process of elimination. Normally, you can only be seeing a guy if you're courting or in a courtship or relationship. But when you're dating, it's basically called trial and error. After 2 dates, you should know if you're interested in a guy. So we're gonna take a look at some dating timelines and see where you need to be at this certain time of the dating process. Okay, so let's take a look and see here. Okay, so we have date 1. Date 1 is like the icebreaker. So basically, you're reassuring each other that whatever y'all talked about in an email or on the phone is basically, is it true? Okay, so basically what that means is you're just reassuring yourself that, okay, so far so good. Date 2 is big test date, and what that means is you're basically gonna either not be interested or be interested. You don't take that long to know, are you interested? Some people wait until they're getting married to say, hey, I thought I was ready, but I'm not. What? I mean, you waited all the way until you was engaged and leave this person at the dang on altar? You should have known by day 2 if you didn't want to get involved with them. I'm just saying, that's shocking. So by date 2, you should know. Date 3 is the official dating. That means that you're not in a relationship. No, you're not dating anybody else. But now we have come to a common ground that we both like each other, and we're going to continue to get to know each other on this basis. That's what date 3 means. Date 4 means a home visit. That means that you can see where I stay, and we could possibly have dinner at your home or at my home, and it gets a little bit more comfortable. Date 5, meet loved ones and kids. This is the time to say, hey, I've been dating this person for about 4 weeks now, and I want my family to meet him or her. Okay, date 6, your first family barbecue. You have made it through. Basically, you're almost at the end of the dating. What that means is, hey, you've met the family, and now the family loves you, so they invited you to a barbecue, and that's where you meet a little bit more of the family. And by this time, date 6, you're actually very, very comfortable in your dating, and you look and you have a wonderful time with the family. Date 7 is basically when the courtship begins. So you come from dating into now you're going out, basically your girlfriend and boyfriend. By date 7, you should be calling your fling, your girlfriend or your boyfriend. So that's what date 7 is. The courtship begins. You're well enough to know that you want to take things to the next step, and that's the dating timeline. I want you to use this. I want you to use this self-encouragement quiz or timeline, and write your own way to do your timeline, except for it would go in this kind of order. So I'm not saying rewrite it. What I'm saying is make sure that you're taking the necessary steps to stay happy and not move too fast. We'll be right back after this message. I'm Super Savage. My job is to always pay attention, and I want to make sure that you have a good time with my podcast. Relax with my podcast show. It's like being at home. You never be alone. This is the Super Real Savage Talk. Listen closely. Anything you want to talk about, we can talk about. How you feel about COVID-19? Wearing all those masks. Okay. What about dating two guys or two women and everybody wearing disguises? Let's play a trivia. Who wants to? Super Savage. Super Real Savage Talk. The podcast. There's so many things to do on my podcast. You can also email me, call me on my real cellular device. Super Real Savage Talk podcast. Give you everything you want. All right. I am Super Savage, your host, and we are on and listening to Super Real Savage Talk. How are you guys doing? Thank you. We're back from the break. And this is Black History Month, and every time we listen or have a podcast show, we're doing an event or an honorary assembly or award for African American heroes and leaders and activists. So we're going to go ahead and do three. There's three. We're going to do three. So 6 a week. 6 a week. Heroes. So this is this is Black History Month heroes. So I have 3 heroes that I want to introduce you to, and they are legendary. They set the platform for Black leaders, African American activists. They are just phenomenal, and I wish I was there to meet them. I wish I was back in that time. I mean, I'm blown away by everything that they've accomplished. So let's go ahead and start. And that sounds mean that we are on the last 5 minutes of our show. So basically, number 1 is George Washington Carver. He was a scientist and an inventor. He invented so much different things with peanuts, guys. Just with peanuts, he did everything as far as science and inventing and being just that lab hero. Give it up for George Washington Carver. Our next Black hero, African American hero, is Betsy Coleman. And Betsy Coleman was the first African American woman to obtain an international pilot's license. Big up to Betsy Coleman. Woo, she was a hero. Last but not least, Frederick Douglass was a hero. And he was a leading activist in fighting for freedom for African Americans. So those are our 3 Black African American history heroes. And my name is Super Savage, and it was a pleasure being with you guys tonight. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. You can always contact me for questions or to just talk at robin18@gmail.com or Super Savage Instagram and Facebook. Once again, have a wonderful evening. And this is Super Savage on the Super Real Savage Talk show. Y'all have a good night. Goodbye. Thank you for coming. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Super Real Savage Talk. Had a good time with you. Super Real Savage Talk. Had a good time with you. Come back and see me. Tune in to me. Come back and see me. Tune in.